Let me tell you a story that I always go back to if I'm ever in a season of questioning my faith, Jesus, the crazy story of what he did for us. This is for my logic lovers out there. This comes from a book/movie called The Case for Christ, which if you don't know what that is, it was a guy that was an atheist who decided to go on a mission to find all the proof he could that the resurrection was a hoax because he thought it was crazy talk and his wife believed in it and he wanted to prove her wrong. Ended up finding so much proof for the resurrection that he became a Christian. But this story is a chapter in that book, and it's just always, every time I question, I go back to it and I'm like, well, you have to believe that. Jesus had disciples, right? Friends that he poured into, taught, performed miracles with, around, through, when he was set to be crucified under a lot of heat. Almost all of those friends, although they had seen all of the miracles and all of the things and known him, almost all of them were terrified, turned away from him, didn't want to be a part of it, basically just kind of turned their back and hid in fear of what was going to happen to him. Jesus is crucified. Sunday rolls around. He's risen from the dead, biblically. That's what we're told. He goes back to those friends after he raises from the dead and shows them his scars and pours into them and says, peace be with you. I'm now going to send you the way that my Father sent me. Continue my work. After that happened, almost every single one of those disciples went back on their word, sided with Jesus, said he is who he says he is, and they were willing to die for it. And almost every single one of them were murdered, crucified, tortured, all of the things in the name of believing in Jesus. Why would those people change their minds after he was killed? If they were so terrified up until the point of him dying and turned away from him, didn't want to be a part of it, were terrified, why would they change their minds after he was already dead? I don't know. To me, that's always sat with me as an interesting, logical argument that's historically accurate. Happy Easter. I love y'all.